Welcome to today's video, where we'll be exploring one of the most powerful features in Bazel, using macros in dependency modules with source files from remote modules. If you're working on large-scale projects, chances are you've encountered situations where you need to reuse code across multiple modules, or even different repositories. That's exactly what we'll be covering today. In this video, we'll dive into the world of Bazel macros and show you how to leverage them in dependency modules to import source files from remote modules. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to structure your codebase for maximum reusability and efficiency. So, let's get started. To understand how to use Bazel macros in dependency modules with source files from remote modules, we need to break down each component of the process. Let's start with the basics. A Bazel macro is essentially a function that generates build rules at load time. It allows you to abstract away common patterns and logic into reusable functions that can be easily applied across your codebase. Dependency modules, on the other hand, are pre-packaged collections of libraries or tools that can be imported into your project using Bazel's WORKSPACE file. They're incredibly useful for managing external dependencies and simplifying your build process. Now, when we talk about source files from remote modules, we're referring to situations where you need to import code from another module, either within the same repository or from an entirely different one. To illustrate this concept better, let's consider a real-world example. Suppose we have two separate repositories, one for our core library and another for our application codebase. In our application codebase, we want to reuse some utility functions defined in the core library. Here's how you can structure your WORKSPACE file to import the necessary dependencies. You would define a macro in your core library that exposes the reusable functionality. Then, in your application codebase, you'd import this macro from the remote module and apply it to generate the required build rules. One of the key benefits of using macros in dependency modules is that it allows for decoupling between the implementation details of your dependencies and how they're consumed by your project. This leads to more modular, maintainable code bases that are easier to scale. To recap, here are the essential points from today's discussion. Bazel macros provide a powerful way to abstract away common patterns and logic into reusable functions. Dependency modules simplify managing external dependencies by pre-packaging collections of libraries or tools. By importing source files from remote modules using macros in dependency modules, you can achieve greater code reusability across your project. That's all for today. We hope this video has provided a clear and concise overview of how to use Bazel macros in dependency modules with source files from remote modules. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to explore further, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it helped clarify this concept for you, and consider subscribing for more content on software development and engineering best practices.